Hey everybody, it's AngelBlue1852 here, and today I'm going for a different kind of video. The relatively unknown event of Kaiserreich. Or at least, sort of unknown events. Long story short, combination of events that people know of but can't get to work, or don't know of and would like to have work. And today, we're going to be going over 3 of those relatively unheard events. Or at least 3 of the events that are difficult to get. And one more event that's just plain aggravating because of how difficult it is to get to cooperate. The first event, or events I should say, is the Austrian Empire, and its embrace pluralism and the military occupation focuses. Now, I don't claim credit for these. I'm just going off of a Reddit forum, which is linked down in the description. But when the Kaiserreich negotiations of 37 show up, in order to go for military occupation, only invite the Hungarians, and agree with him when this happens. Now Hungary is going to demand war reparations. Choose that bottom event. One moment. The game's lagging. Alright, when you choose this event, there is a very high chance that Hungary is going to end up declare war on our good old friends, Illyria. Stupid lag. Here we go. Now at first, only the status quo tree is going to be open. But do not take it. That will end badly for you. If you're going for military occupation. Now, you will then get the Illyrian crisis. Oh my! Sarcasm. 1 to the 10th degree. When the Illyrian crisis begins, you basically have to make certain that things get messy. So go ahead and join in with Hungary's war against the Illyrians. With your combined armies, you should have no issue crushing poor little Illyria. Unfortunately, things are going to get tricky. Now, Illyria is going to be a bit of a challenge, as they're not just going to sit around and wait to get slaughtered, and they will put up some resistance. But be warned though, by doing this, you will cause both Bohemia and Galicia to break away from you, and, well, let's just say that there's a very high chance of them declaring war on you. Oh, there they go. In fact, I can almost guarantee they'll declare war on you. Just make sure not to crush Illyria too quickly, lest you end up messing something up. Now, the good news is for you, though, the odds of you losing this war are practically zero. Or at least pretty close to zero, because your army is so powerful, oh, and you're facing very weak puppet states who don't exactly have a lot of divisions. So you shouldn't have a whole lot of difficulty destroying them. Simply pick off Illyria first, since they're the weakest and closest to you. Although do note you will need to quickly deal with Bohemia as well, since they are very, very close to Vienna and could easily take the city if you don't stop them. And so don't waste too much of your time on your lovely Illyrian friends. Illyria should eventually capitulate and go ahead and take some land back. If you want to, go ahead and steal some of the land from them and give the rest of the Hungarians to placate them for the time being. I say placate because we're not going to be done with them just yet. Anyways, you won't be done just out of the woods just yet because there's a very high chance that... well... That just happened. Apparently, if Galicia declares independence during this whole Illyrian crisis, then there's a very high chance that Poland and Ukraine will end up annexing them. Oh well. One less enemy to deal with. But anyways... Once you've dealt with Illyria, all you have to do now is deal with your good old with your rebellious Bohemian friends. Because the Bohemians will have like 3 divisions, so taking them out should be like a piece of cake. Not to mention you put the Hungarians in this mess. Not to mention if you call in Hungary, they don't stand a chance. Together you have like a combined 40-something divisions, so you should be fine. As soon as they capitulate, all you have to do is Anschluss them. And boom. But you're not out of the woods just yet. Hold on to your fancy tinfoil hat, because this is about to get crazy. Now it's just a matter of sitting around and waiting. Ah, darn it. I think I just realized why the event's not firing. One moment. Let me see if this save file's salvageable. Okay, yes it is. Alright, I think I just realized why the file didn't fire properly. Let me take Zagreb again. The reason it didn't fire is because I think I forgot that in order to get this to work, you're going to have to take at least some of the land that Hungary is claiming. So you'll at least need to grab Lika. So it's recommended you grab at least a bit of Hungary's claims, just so you have a way to make them angry. Alright, so let's just get this war over with. And Bohemia. Alright, now here's the deal. Afterwards, you'll get an event, Austro-Hungarian split of former Illyria. You can either choose to restore the 1921 borders, in other words, to put Montenegro and Bosnia back. You can rebuild Illyria, yeah, and just, but if you want to do military occupation, you'll have to occupy the entirety of the place in order to make Hungary quite unhappy. Now, needless to say, you're going to have some unhappy Hungarians resulting from this. But I'm not exactly certain when the event fires, so it could be a while. Well, unless the Hungarians decided to take the, say, peaceful option, but we'll be back in just a sec as soon as they, declare war. Okay, we're back. So, yeah, apparently Hungary took the peaceful option, so I was forced to destroy them myself to get rid of them, in order to get this done. But, either way, once you've annexed Hungary, just don't release Slovakia or Transylvania, and military occupation should be open. Oh, and would you look at that, Serbia and Romania have declared war on Bulgaria. But that's just one option. Time for option number 2. Alright, this is the second one, the pluralism. When you get the chance, you either need to invite your puppet states or invite everyone. For simplicity's sake, we're going to invite everybody! Now your puppets will agree, and Hungary's gonna get annoyed about it. Why am I not surprised? Da-da-da-da-da. Well, this is taking forever. Alright, finally. When the delegations show up, you'll obviously want to kick the Hungarian delegate out, who decides to suggest that the Kaiser is crazy. And now here's the deal. You need to make certain, without a doubt, that Hungary leaves the conference angry. So the first decision doesn't really matter, but when the Czechs and Slovaks propose their Slovak state, make sure to choose that it will happen and Hungary will hightail it. Now comes the fun part. You need to basically make Hungary very, very unhappy. And I mean very, very unhappy. So choose that event. So choose the only options for the next two events. Now, Illyria will demand back the basin. Make sure to choose that it will include all of Bakia. Make sure to include all of Transylvania. And when the negotiations end, Hungary is basically going to end up with some very large Slovak and Romanian revolts, which they will start very violently trying to kill. Now, when Hungary starts putting down these revolts, you need to tell them to get its army out of there. And with any luck, Hungary is going to be a jerk and refuse to do so. If they aren't a jerk, then you're in trouble. And you'll have to restart. When they refuse, it's time to smash! Call in all your lovely puppet states to help you out. And now it's time to Hungarian smash. Now we're gonna just go ahead and delete Hungary's army here just to make this quick. Now we just gotta wait to end the war. And here we go. As soon as Hungary capitulates, liberate Slovakia and Transylvania as independent countries and take the rest. Now do not do anything for the next few any releasing, like, okay, well, there goes Transylvania, they just got annexed by Romania. That's another common event. Transylvania's almost always gonna get annexed by the Romanians. But that's besides the point. Oh, would you look at that? It's the Romanian revolt. Whoa, it's bigger than it usually is. Well, okay, because this event does not seem to want to fire, here for some stupid reason. Basically put, after you've annexed Hungary, you'll get an option to release them again. Make sure to do so. Oh, and you should be able to embrace pluralism. At least I think you should be able to. I'm not positive. But we are not done with the event train today. We have one more event we are going to go look at. It's time for a Middle Africa explosion. Now, sometime in late 37, early 38, Germany is going to try to investigate Middle Africa for corruption. You need to squash that investigation, which will cause another event to show up in March, over in February. Oops, wrong save file. that's the wrong event one too. Jeez Louise, I've got way too many save files here. Let me guess, this isn't the right one either, is it? No, that is still not the right one. Okay, this is proving to be a bit of a challenge because I've got way too many save files here for Deutsche Mittelafrika, but we'll just go to the most recent one I'm certain is before the event. Alright, now eventually the Kaiser's War event will fire. Now, you can choose one of two events. The top one or the bottom. The bottom event is basically going to keep Deutsche Mittelafrika in one piece, but won't do much. The Germans will either appoint a new guy from the NKR into power, or add someone from the DKG or the Reformgruppe. But this top event is more powerful, but also riskier. By choosing this top event, Germany will get another event. They can either punish you or let it slide. Now, choosing to punish you is a bad thing. Now, normally Germany will barely agree with it. However, this will allow you to unlock the sovereign state tree, which will be a good thing because you can use this to get cores on all the British provinces, which is a good thing because you could probably use that. But, to show you what will happen if things go badly, here's what would happen if Germany did punish you and your political power theoretically went below 1,000, and for an extended period. The simple answer is not good stuff. Even though your stability is great, your political power shortage will basically cause you to start falling apart. least it usually does. Maybe Germany has to punish you in order to get that to happen. Alright. Alright, there we go. Germany has punished you big time, and your political power has went down the toilet. Which is gonna cause some trouble. And why do I say that? Well, long story short, with your political power having completely gone down the drain, you've got nothing left to hold what's left of your fragile country together. After all, your country was a fragile mess to begin with. But with political power having completely slipped out of your grasp, you're basically 100% dead. But to speed up my collapse, I'm going to give myself even less political power. Jiminy Crickets. What is it with the game tonight and not wanting to cooperate? Alright, since we don't have time to wait on this. Long story short, if Germany punishes you and your political power stays below 1,000 for an extended period, Mittelafrika is basically going to fall to pieces. And there are count them, 5 nations that you can play as, each of whom have unique focus tree. 5 nations you can play as that are actually pretty interesting. You can either go to Southwest Africa, right here, which will basically allow you to rebuild Mittelafrika. Katanga, which is great if you like being a puppet of Portugal. Or Tanzania, which has the strongest army. There's also 2 other countries you can't play as easily unless... There are also 2 other unique nations. For example, I will just change to South Africa, and boom bada boom, watch as Mittelafrika explodes into a giant mess. But there are 2 other unique nations. Gabon and Dahomey both have unique focus trees. Now, you can't play as Gabon or Dahomey as... Now, in order to play as Gabon or Dahomey, you will have to take your own political focuses. You will, in order to choose one of these guys, you will need to hit observe. You will need to go to admin commands. Use observe and either observe Gabon or Dahomey. So far as I can tell, no other country in the game at the moment has a unique focus tree other than the 4 I mentioned. When I say 4, I only mean 4. Tanzania doesn't get a unique focus tree for some really weird reason. But I think that just about wraps it up for now. Now those are 3 events that that are not as easy to acquire in Hearts of Iron 4 as you would think. And the Kaiserreich mod, well, 3 events, whatever. But these are 3 events that that aren't so easy to acquire. I will see you all later, and thank you for watching.